Hello YouTube, how's everyone doing? It's Professional here. So today I got a very different kind of lore video for you guys, and this one here I am in Chicago, Illinois, the setting of Watch Dogs 1. Now you guys might remember that I talked about on stream that I was going to do another video game location real life video. I've done a few of these before, so if you want to see me like visiting other real life locations, I visited Bismarck, North Dakota, which is what North Yankton in GTA is based on. I visited Coney Island, Brooklyn, New York, which Firefly Island in GTA 4 is based on. And I also visited Flushing Meadows, which that is basically Packy's neighborhood in GTA 4. But here, this is for Watch Dogs, which is, you know, one of my favorite all-time open-world crime games. And we're going to be doing a tour of the city, and I'm going to show you guys some of the landmarks in the game. And I'm not from here, but where I moved to, basically about 5 or 6 hours from here. Originally from New York, but moved out to the Midwest a few years ago. And I've driven through this city numerous times when I'm going to places, but I've never really even stayed much in this city. But anyways, we're going to be exploring a lot of the places. I hope that you guys can hear me clearly because there's a lot of background noise, trains going on. But hope you guys enjoy this, and I have timestamps down below so that you can skip to a specific part if you want to watch that. So anyways, let's get this started here. Okay, so I'm going to be speaking kind of loud here, guys, because I don't know how, I'm going to adjust the volume for the video, don't worry, but I'm going to try to speak a bit loud here because there's just so much background noise. But see that place right over there? I'll get a better angle. That is the Chicago Theater. And the Chicago Theater, let's get a front angle of it right here. So this is basically the Chicago Theater, and this is a theater where a lot of different shows take place. Comedy shows, I believe some concerts, other musical performances. Right now there is actually Trevor Noah who's going to be there, which is he's a comedian. But anyways, this place, I was not able to go inside, unfortunately. I tried, and I'm going to show you guys a little clip. I did manage to record a tiny bit of the lobby, but not much. They didn't allow selfie sticks inside, and also they told me that tours are available on Friday and Saturday to take pictures. Unfortunately, did not come here on a Friday or a Saturday, so I'm going to have to be leaving the next day over, so it's not on a Friday.
Large bags and professional cameras will not be allowed inside the theater and are required to be checked in our boat check located in the grand office. Thank you. We hope you enjoy the show.
Most people are going to remember this place, and this place is actually from the original demo. So if you remember the original demo of Watch Dogs 1, you know that demo, like the really crazy graphics where, like, you know, Aiden goes in the theater, and then when he goes in the theater, he's fighting DeMarco's men, and then there's that big confrontation outside. I'll actually play a little clip of it right now so that you guys can see it.
Hey, come down to that window this Thursday, 6 o'clock.
A massive storm front moves over Chicago tonight. This evening, showers are expected to give way to thunderstorms and violent winds. The National Weather Alert has issued a severe storm warning until 1 a.m. in the greater Chicago area.
We're here at the gallery opening of media mogul Joseph DeMarco's Dot Connection, an eccentric art show featuring 10 of Chicago's top underground artists. As you can see, the turnout is a roaring success. The show runs throughout the month, but DeMarco has announced another online.
Yeah, you got to keep them moving. Hello? Hello? Mary? Fucking thing. Come on. Come on. We're back.
Hi, I'm Joseph DeMarco. Welcome to Dot Connection, my digital gallery made of underground art and music. I hope you'll enjoy viewing, listening, and interacting with the pieces from time. Would you like a drink?
Over here, over here.
I did it! Daddy, you beer everything! How did I do that again?
Because... Hey, Answer me, come on. No. Get out. Get out, stay low.
Joseph DeMarco.
This is suicide. You understand that? You kill me, and you'll open a door you'll never close.
You know what? You're gonna deliver a message for me.
Yeah, sure. No way!
That mission actually did not make it into the final game. So you don't see that one in the final game. It's not in the final version of it. DeMarco does actually appear in the game, but he actually appears in the side activity. I think he's in the final traffic, the final traffic missions. That's where you get rid of him. However, though, even though that really cool mission was never put in the game, we did receive the mission with Default. Now, if you guys remember Default, Default is actually the most annoying character in Watch Dogs 1. He's that annoying hacker that wears basically that blue light up helmet. I hope I don't get a copyright claim here, because sometimes when I walk past stores I even get a copyright claim. But basically, Aiden has to get information from Default. He has to get a bunch of files from him, and Default is the DJ at the Chicago Theater, and he's hosting an event, and Aiden goes after him. I'll actually play that clip for you guys right now. Professional hacker known as Default. Wow, his income is definitely high. He's not happy.
Default has left the building.
Now we go after him. Oh, this is good now.
Please tell me we got it all.
As far as I can tell, at least whatever your nutjob buddy might want.
Learn to cook, sample some great food. Get your maps here. Would you like one? Hey, how about you? Who's hungry?
Yeah, so that is pretty much the Chicago Theater, and in the original demo of the game, I believe that the subways were actually going down this way, and I did not see a gas station there, just like in the original demo of the game. So that is the Chicago Theater right there. Here, I didn't plan on this being part of the tour, but you can actually see ESPN Chicago. I guess that's the radio for it. I don't follow ESPN, but two guys are in there that are broadcasting. If anybody recognizes any of the two guys in there, let me know in the comments. Okay, so again, I'm going to be speaking a bit loud here because there's just so much background noise. So I don't know how much of my voice is actually going to go through here. But I bet a lot of you guys actually recognize this street right here. And look at that, those buildings right there. You definitely recognize those buildings, right? I am actually not sure what those buildings are. I will actually have it written down. So just look at the bottom of the video right now. I actually have it written down there what those buildings are. Those buildings actually were not part of my original tour. I just happened to walk past them and I saw them. So you guys see that? That is basically a parking right up there. Zoom in a little bit more here. I can't imagine, unless there's an elevator, I can't imagine. It would be probably pretty annoying going up and down that building. And up there, it looks like there is some offices or apartments. I'm a bit confused on what's on the upper floor there. But I remember this building, and this building in the game, you can only basically go up to that level right up there. You can get up pretty high. I think this might actually be the tallest building in the game that you can actually climb up on without glitches. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong on that, but it is a pretty significantly tall building. And I remember whenever you do the multiplayer invasions in the game, there is plenty of people that they always go up there. That is a very common spot where people go up there for the multiplayer invasions. Play the multiplayer in Watch Dogs 1, you know what I'm talking about. But also, there is no mission in the game there. However, though, there is a side activity up there. And up there, I believe that it's the Chicago South Club, which is Lucky Quinn's Mafia. They actually have a gang hideout up there, and you have to kill the gang boss up there. So that's where that building makes an appearance. And I'll see if I can find some gameplay of that specifically. I didn't notice this until I actually got closer, but there is a pier that is actually right below there. I'm assuming that people rent it out there. Yeah, rentals, I see it there. Yeah, it says rentals. So people can just rent out a boat and I guess just take it through here.
Who did that?
No way! Oh.
Ow! Hey, anyone there? Huh. Cool.
What's going on? Something over there? and make it quick. Get in there and find that bastard.
Get a grenade on him!
Okay, this place, everyone that's played the game, you guys are going to immediately recognize this place. This is basically the river that goes through the Loop, which is this area of Chicago. Again, I'm not from here, so if I get any of the locations named wrong, apologies on that. But basically, these bridges, there's multiple of them. There's not just one. There's so many. Let me just actually flip the camera right here and show you. Here's one of them. Again, it's near that parking garage building. So I was originally coming here, then I saw the parking garage building. But there's like 1, 2, 3, 4, possibly even more. And these bridges, they actually open up. So the whole purpose of that is so that when boats are coming through here, you can just, the bridge will open up and there's a little, that little drop down thing falls down there. Cars can't get through, bridge basically goes up. And that's just so the boats can get through. But I'll tell you something. These bridges in the game are probably the most useful location in all of Watch Dogs 1. And the reason for that is because these bridges are literally the easiest to escape from pursuers. So when the police or the mafia or whoever else is chasing Aiden, basically he can just hack these bridges and start opening them up, and the pursuers actually won't follow you until the bridge closes back down. Let me actually show a clip of that from the game.
Stop the vehicle, now!
We're going to check south. Suspect ducked out of sight. We'll continue search.
So yeah, so this is basically the best way to escape from in the game. And let me see if I can show you guys a little bit down here, because there is a staircase that goes down here. And additionally, this area, I'm pretty sure it's this area, has one mission in the game. There's one mission where Aiden's actually following a Chicago South Club member. I'm trying to remember why he was following him. He was trying to get his briefcase or something from him, and he had to tail him, and it was like right here in the water. So I'm pretty sure it was this area here. Soldier for the Chicago South Club.
You're not just carrying a case of names and invites. You're carrying the future of our business. Background checks, indiscretions, tendencies, everything Quinn needs to keep his guests loyal. Got it? Now pretend this thing is full of solid fucking gold bricks.
That briefcase seems really important. Soldier for the Chicago South Club. This...
BCW do, it's moving. Wait. I can't believe it.
What?
Quinn's guys are pulling some old school gangster shit. Briefcase swap. Really?
Do those actually work?
Never seen one of these. Why are they doing this? They fool CTOS.
Anybody watching through a monitor would see every swap.
They're trying to confuse the detection software. Interesting.
Oh, see right there, yep. We got a ferry coming through. That ferry isn't that, it's not that tall. And so because of that, they don't need to close the bridges. But you guys see there's multiple of these bridges. Oh, and also, I know I'm probably going to get a bunch of people that are going to ask me, they're going to ask me in the comments, does anybody recognize you? As far as I can tell, no. However, though, I did have a bunch of people that were just staring at me. So when I walk past people on the streets, I'm wearing, you know, Aiden Pierce jacket, Aiden Pierce hat, I do have a bunch of people that are staring. I don't know if they just find the costume is weird or if they recognize it from the game, maybe a combination of both. When I was actually in the theater, in the Chicago theater earlier, and I actually asked the guy if I could come in here and film, he was just looking at me like, what the hell are you wearing? Like, it was like that. I didn't capture his facial reaction on there, but yeah, he was basically staring a bit at me. Yeah, so this area. This is a really nice area here. Come just sit here, look at the water. That is the Willis Tower right there, I believe. We were there earlier. That's the place I got off from the subway at, that building. It connects into kind of like a shopping mall, kind of like apartment building here too. But yeah, the city does look really nice at night, and it's not as congested as New York. New York is way more congested, there's way more people on the sidewalk, and a lot more traffic. There's still traffic here, but it's not New York traffic, that's the thing about it. I can notice a big difference being from New York. Oh, we got a subway going there too. That was the subway that I was on before.
Talk to anybody. This was special.
Look at this thing. Alright, if you want to do it, you can do it. Alright. Now, that. Alright, ready? Come on. Alright, I'm gonna do this. Yeah. Oh, shit. It worked. Oh, you guys, I'm really sorry. It's a new camera. I don't really know what...
It's just ridiculous. Okay, so now we're in another pretty important part that's in the game. This place right behind me, this is Crown Fountain, and there's two views on it here. This is Millennium Park, which Millennium Park is also in Watch Dogs 1. It's that big park in the game, but this place specifically, this brick wall thing here, it's an interactive thing. So it's actually, it lights up and it moves on its own. This actually has a very significant part in the game. And in the game, it actually looks a little bit different. That's why you probably don't recognize it. In the game, it's like a bunch of cubes, I believe. But basically, the important thing that happens right here is like that location, like right there near the sidewalk, is actually where Aiden was actually tailing bedbugs. So if you guys remember, Aiden is trying to infiltrate Rossi Fremont. Little background noise. Aiden is trying to infiltrate Rossi Fremont, and he goes after Bedbug, who is Iraq's cousin. That's the gang leader, is Iraq. Oh, that was his nickname. He goes after his cousin, who's his second in command, and he tries to get him to help infiltrate Rossi Fremont. And what he does is he blackmails him because Bedbug is actually not giving Iraq a lot of noise here. He's not giving Iraq a fair share. Basically, he's cutting him out. He's doing things on his own, making a little bit of side money, and basically what happens is pretty much any gang or mafia, doesn't really matter. If a gangster is not giving the boss his cut, they're dead. Doesn't matter what gang, what mafia, that is pretty much universal across every single criminal organization. And what happened is Aiden blackmails Bedbug and basically spies on him. He goes up over here in this area, talks to a few of his guys, says, I think I'm being followed. And then what Aiden does is he actually hacks that thing, basically the big wall thing, and he plays the recording that Bedbug actually said about Iraq. Let me play that right here.
You feeling okay, buddy?
Who the fuck are you? Out of it. Yeah, you hear me, mister? You are out of it.
Hello?
Why'd you hang up on me?
What the fuck? Man, who are you?
Just another player. I had a job for you, but it's not a job for Tyrone. It's a job for Bedbug. I'll be in touch.
But what is this? Come on, man! Somebody's after me. Look, they're all dead. You gotta get me out of here. You fucked in the head, man. Listen to you. No, wait. Shit.
Now this is the best part. Hack the terminal.
What the fuck?
What about Iraq cut?
No, stop it.
Don't worry about Iraq, worry about me. No, sounds like...
What you want?
You're gonna be my eyes and ears inside Rossi Fremont.
No, wait, man. Iraq will kill me.
Yeah? What will he do when I send him everything I've got? You wanna see more?
No. Just erase this shit, please.
Well, you play along like a good little bug, and I will. I'll be in touch.
No, he's probably extremely scared.
Worry about me. No.
And here, so that you guys can see it from this angle right here, and the streets. Again, that's pretty much where Aiden was hiding. He was hiding like right over there. I think the projector is probably inside these, because I'm trying to figure out exactly where the projector is on these. But there's actually a few more things in this park that I want to show you guys. Let's go on to the next thing. This right here is another attraction in Millennium Park. This is actually Cloud Gate, which a lot of you guys are probably going to remember that monument in the park also. You can find it in the game. This is as far as I can go, guys. I can't get any closer, unfortunately. I did actually not expect this. I didn't know that this place was under construction. But this place is being renovated all the way up until spring 2024. And one thing I'm trying to figure out on there is I'm trying to figure out if that's a reflection or if that's a video that's on the gate. I think that actually might be a reflection on there. Let me zoom in a little bit here. Also, I really hope I don't get a background, I get a copyright claim because of the background music, because there's a lot of people in the background are playing music, so please, YouTube, don't claim this video, please don't.
So, what we thought is, why don't we just walk down the street?
And this place, apologies for the wind, guys. Wind is kind of strong here. I don't know how much the video is going to pick up on that. But this is the J. Pritzker Plaza. Correct me if I'm wrong on that. This also makes an appearance in the game. In Watch Dogs, in the main story in Watch Dogs 1, you can visit it, obviously, but I don't think it plays any role in the story. However, though, if you actually play the Bad Blood DLC, where you actually play as T-Bone, I'm pretty sure, if I remember correctly, that this is the same place where there's a hacker that's actually, she's like basically hanging out on top of the rails up there, and you have to basically hack a bunch of cameras and find her. I'm pretty sure it's this place, correct me if I'm wrong, where it is. Because I remember she was like on a tall railing in like a park. But yeah, this is it, and this is actually a lot bigger than I thought this would be. I knew this was a real place in the game too, but this is a lot bigger. And I don't think there was chairs here. I don't think this part existed in the game. So it looks like there is some kind of, I'm guessing, concerts play here, or somebody gives speeches or stuff like that here. But yeah, this place is enormous. It's pretty big.
Excuse you?
And again here, take a look at this. Yeah, this is another frame of this. This is on the other side. So you see just how big this thing is. This place is just absolutely massive. So here at our next part, we are at the statue of Abraham Lincoln in I believe this still counts as Millennium Park. But basically this statue also exists in the game, but in the game it's a little bit different, because in the game I believe that there's like a wall around here. But let me show you guys a clip of the game right now, the Lincoln statue in the game.
Special. Look at this thing. Alright, if you want to do it, you can do it. Alright. Now, that. Alright, ready? Come on. Alright, I'm gonna do this. Yeah. Oh, shit. It worked. Oh, you guys, I'm really sorry. It's a new camera. I don't really know what I'm doing with it. I think this may be the right button. Okay.
So I had to go here and see the Lincoln statue. Really wanted to see this one too. I personally consider Lincoln probably the greatest American president of the 19th century. I think Teddy Roosevelt was the greatest president of the 20th century, but I think that Lincoln, in my opinion, was the best president of the 19th century. And it's such a shame that he was taken from us too soon, because right when the Civil War ended, he got assassinated by a man called John Wilkes Booth, who was a Confederate sympathizer. He came up behind Lincoln in the theater. Lincoln was watching, I believe it was an opera, and he shot him twice in the back of the head. Lincoln actually died an hour later. Wilkes Booth originally escaped. A few days later, he got cornered by the police and the military, and he was in a barn, and they told him to come out. He wouldn't come out, and they set the barn on fire. And then when he tried to come out, he pointed the gun at the officers, and they shot him in the neck, and they killed him. Booth was a Confederate sympathizer, and he was pissed about the Confederacy losing the Civil War. And so that's why I consider John Wilkes Booth one of the biggest scumbags in American history, one of the biggest bastards, excuse my language, because he took from us one of the greatest American presidents of all time. And, you know, I always wonder, you know, people always say, you know, let's go back in time, if we could go back in time and change a certain event. I wonder if we could go back in time and actually save Lincoln and keep Lincoln from dying, he would have been able to accomplish so much more. He helped end the Civil War. He defeated the Confederacy, and he ended slavery. He was definitely a remarkable man, honorable man, but unfortunate what happened with him. He did have some trouble in his early life. A lot of people do point to Lincoln being racist when he was younger. That is true. But as time went on, especially during the Civil War, he did actually change a lot of his views, and he didn't hold a lot of those prejudicial and racist views in his later days. But yeah, I wish that Lincoln would have been able to survive, because imagine that he spent his entire term trying to end the Civil War, and then he dies at the very end of the Civil War, and before he could put all his plans into motion. And chances are, if Lincoln was actually the president, maybe segregation would not have happened. We don't know. You know, it's a big what if in history, but maybe it would not have happened. And because Lincoln died, we got Andrew Johnson, who was one of the worst American presidents of all time. Can you believe it? You had one of the greatest American presidents of all time, and then right afterwards, you had probably one of the worst American presidents in the 19th century, Andrew Johnson, right after him. But yeah, that is Lincoln's statue right there. So here, this actually might be the loudest place that I'm gonna be in because of the train right there, so I'm gonna speak kind of loud. But look at this, what's right behind me, see that? Yeah, that. Here across the street, just have a better view of it. You guys remember this place here?
Palin Correctional Center. They recently upgraded the place with Bloom's state-of-the-art security. Network locks, automated surveillance. If they were holding the guy in an older prison, I'd have a problem. But Bloom's right on this one. They do make life easier through technology.
Look at this. So as I was researching the Watch Dogs locations in real life, what I was going to visit here, and you can also see Willis Tower right there, the prison actually turns out to be a real place. I actually did not think this prison was a real place, but it actually is. It is called the Metropolitan Correctional Center, and this isn't just a regular prison, this is a federal prison. So people who typically violate federal law will be in here. Now, remember, as I showed you guys the clip in the story before, basically what happens here in the story, oh, train. One of the gangsters from the storyline actually spots Aiden, and he survives. It's the guy that actually pulls the gun on Aiden at the beginning of the game. and what happens was Jordy stabs him, but the guy survived and was a witness. And so Aiden had to go inside the prison, and Aiden didn't want to kill the guy, he just wanted to basically scare him. It was kind of weird how the guy was only going to be serving a few months, not a lot, and why he was being held in a federal prison, considering those gangsters really shot up a stadium. That's what I always thought was kind of weird about that part of the story. But basically Aiden goes inside. Oh, we got another train. Aiden goes inside, and the thing about this is, if you actually notice at the very top there, you see how there's a gate up there, like kind of like the window gate? That's because the very top of the prison is actually a gym, kind of like a workout area, a leisure area. So the roof of the prison is actually where the gym is. So when they got that right in Watch Dogs. In Watch Dogs, when you're hacking the cameras and you find the prisoners on the roof, and I'll show you guys a picture of the real roof. Obviously, I can't go up there and be like, oh, I want to film a bunch of prisoners on the roof, but that's basically what the place looks like.
Picasso ink all over his face. Ugly as shit. It makes him an easy mark. He's up here somewhere.
Gotta look for a guy that has a set former boss on fire. Okay, we're gonna find a guy with a tattoo on his buried victims beneath his house. Man, there's some really bad people in this prison. Okay. Okay.
Nah, man. We need to stop worrying about that dude. He ain't real.
And also another detail about this prison. This prison actually has had three notable inmates, and those notable inmates are, one of them was, they're all massive scumbags. One of them was R. Kelly. R. Kelly, the rapper, the musician, music producer. What he did was just really messed up. The human trafficking, the sexual stuff that he was involved in was just really disgusting. He was actually here at one point in this prison, and he got transferred to another prison. I don't remember the prison that he got transferred to, but he served a little bit here. And another guy that actually served at this prison was actually the former boss of the Chicago outfit. The Chicago outfit is actually Al Capone's mafia. So people actually don't know that. Al Capone's mafia still exists. The Chicago outfit, still 100 years later, that mafia still exists. It's obviously not as powerful anymore, but it still very much exists. The Capone family has nothing to do with it as far as I know today. It's run by a lot of different people, but that's the mafia that he founded. It still exists very much today. And the former boss of the mafia, Marcello, I think Marcello or Marcello, he was actually held here at one point before he was moved. And the most notable person that is actually being held right here is actually El Chapo's son. So the leader of the Sinaloa cartel, I believe the Sinaloa cartel is the most powerful cartel in Mexico, correct me if I'm wrong on that, but the supposed boss of that cartel is being held here right now, and he is actually awaiting trial. So that's the notable inmates that have been here, and there's a lot of another train. There's a lot of other dangerous people in here, obviously. It's a federal prison.
Christ! I've never used one of these. How do I get it off?
Whoa!
It's getting ugly. Could use a hand. Got it. We're on our way in now.
Shit! He's hitting us from the side!
Okay, so here, right over here, that is the Willis Tower, also known previously as the Sears Tower, and that is the tallest building in Chicago. Let me actually show you guys a flip of this. It's a pretty tall building. And the Willis Tower actually was completed in the late 70s, early 80s, I believe. And for some time, it was actually the tallest building in all of America. And then what happened was when the World Trade Centers were actually built in New York, they actually became the tallest building in America. But after the September 11 attacks, the Willis building again became the tallest building in America. But now the new tallest building in America is the One World Trade Center. So the new World Trade Center that's in New York is now the tallest building. But I'm gonna see if I can go up there. I'm gonna see, I know there's some kind of observation deck, and see if I can go up there if they're open right now. So let's check it out.
Okay, I'm at the Willis Tower. What do you got on Helena?
Looking through status updates, she likes selfies. Here she is making a duck face, a sparrow face. She loves her cats too. Why are you targeting this clueless girl?
I'm not. I need to find her uncle fast, and Helena's gonna point the way.
Her uncle's involved in the mafia and is trying to track down Aiden. Let's find a niece.
Oh, poor girl.
What's that?
I've got her medical records. She had an abortion last year. That might explain the therapist she's seeing.
Okay, Helena. You're up.
There she is.
Hello?
Miss Tucci? I'm Dr. Hyatt with the Chicago General Hospital. We received your Uncle Angelo's blood work, but you're the only number he gave us. Do you know where we can reach him? It's urgent.
No, sorry. I haven't heard from my uncle in years.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. Wait for it.
Yeah.
Hey, Uncle Angie.
Elena, you need concert tickets again?
No, listen. I got a weird call. I think the cops are looking for you.
What? Damn it, you calling me just gave them a trace. Hang up now.
Gotcha.
What an idiot. So this here, this is what the lobby of the Willis building looks like. And I did not expect this. I expected just a standard lobby, probably going up to some office buildings, but the place has a few restaurants here. Donut place, hot dogs, sushi. I just really hope I don't get a copyright claim for the background music in the stores. Okay, so I'm in the Willis Tower, and I had gotten a ticket to go up to the observation deck. What's really cool is that they kind of have like a little museum thing here where they show you historical pictures of Chicago. But anyways, let's walk through that and see what we see. Chicago's elevated train system began running in 1892. Most of the lines remained elevated even after the creation of the subway. The L train carries more than 700,000 riders daily, giving them one-of-a-kind views from above as they pass through Chicago's diverse patchwork of neighborhoods. And you can say Watch Dogs 1 did a pretty good job with the trains. And we were there earlier in that park. And this is the Chicago Theater. We were there earlier. Also recorded some of the bridges. Oh, that's what they look like when they open up. And that is the Willis Tower right there. Marina City. Marina City's one-of-a-kind cop towers were an experiment to draw Chicagoans downtown from the suburbs. Residents could have it all: wedge-slave apartments at the top, car parking in the lower third, offices, a theater, and retail space near street level, and boat parking at river level. So, it's not just a parking. I thought it was a giant parking building, but it also has apartments. And that's what a unit actually looks like. Yeah, so lightning does strike a lot of these tall buildings, but these tall buildings have been built to be able to resist that. "107 elevators, damn." Ooh. And the ledge, we will be going there in just one moment. Here we have an interactive train.
Next stop, Chinatown.
This is definitely making me hungry right now. Yeah, so we were there earlier, the Pritzker Pavilion. That's where we were. Michael Jordan. Jordan is the best basketball player of all time. Let me zoom in on this. 15 seasons, 6 NBA National Basketball Association championships, 5 most valuable player awards, and multiple scoring records. His talent made him and the Chicago Bulls household name across the world. His high-flying dunking abilities earned him the title Air Jordan, and his partnership with Nike made him one of the most marketed figures in sports history.
You're riding up this 1,450-foot modern marvel in one of the tower's 104 elevator cars. Your trip to the sky deck will only take about a minute. That means your elevator is traveling at a speed of more than 24 feet per second. The tower opened its doors in 1973 and held the title of the world's tallest building for 25 years. The west antenna reaches 1,730 feet above the Chicago streets. We're now passing 850 feet in San Francisco's Transamerica Pyramid, 970 feet in the Yokohama Landmark Tower, Japan's tallest building, 1,062 feet in Paris's stunning Eiffel Tower, the Bank of China Tower in Hong Kong, 1,250 feet in the Empire State Building in New York. And now we're here, 103 stories up. Welcome.
So this is a view right here from the Willis Tower. And we can see a lot of buildings here. Chase, I'm noticing right away. Wow, what a view. I'm normally pretty scared of heights. So I guess it does make me a little uneasy, but so this is the Willis Tower sky deck and the ledge. I can't even look down on it because I'm just so afraid of heights here. But yeah, that's basically what it looks like here. And you have a beautiful view of Chicago here. Very interesting design, but I'm sorry guys, I just get really nervous of heights. I really do. It's one of my biggest fears. Okay. And here, right outside the Willis Tower, this is right across the street from it actually, we have this really nice Christmas tree. I actually didn't see this originally when I was actually going into the building.
This is Quincy. Transfer to Metro and Transnet trains.
Southbound train arriving shortly. Doors opening.
home and you got like a Peloton, but it's like water. It's like, I don't know, like biodegradable, like things you fill up with water. Like you put them in water and they soak up. And they're like, they hurt, but they don't like, you want to like push metal in your backyard. And it won't like seal. Piss them off. So I was like maybe I'll get one of those. Doing that, and then someone like grounded them out. Yeah, they seem like internal, like grounded out. Like, so they're all like, they're trying to figure out what's going on. So, Tuesday, Caleb like went on a rant about, he was like, basically saying that more people should fail out. He was like, they shouldn't, which to some degree is not. Like, you shouldn't set people up to fail by just giving them a G, like JD, and then not be able to pass bar, not be like adequately prepared to
This is merchandise mall. Transfer to Brown Line Trains and merchandise mall.
Excuse me. Sorry.
This is a Purple Line Express.
Excuse me, sorry. So these are the subways here. Platforms look like, kind of yelling here. Apologies for not saying anything during that train ride. There were so many people that were talking next to me. I didn't want to interrupt them, it'd be kind of weird. But yeah, you guys can see that Watch Dogs got the trains 100% right. Got the trains right and the style of the tracks. So it the subway basically connected into kind of like a shopping mall plaza here. Trying to figure out how to get out of here, but basically, and I better not get a copyright claim for this in the background here. But basically, what I was trying to say was that the trains in Chicago, there are underground trains. I was in an underground train earlier. I didn't record that, but basically, these the trains are mostly up top. A lot of them in Chicago, where some of them are in New York, but a lot of the ones that are up top in New York are typically in the boroughs, not in Manhattan. Manhattan, they're almost all underground. But you will see in downtown Chicago where you'll see trains that are just up. But yeah, the train was always my favorite way to actually escape from people when you were actually doing invasions. Let me show you guys a clip of that here.
I can do better next time.
Node. Arriving shortly.
And here, I wanted to show you guys another angle of the city here. This is very beautiful view that I have right here. I just got off the subway. The place was I think it was called the Mart. I'll have it linked down below. But let me show you guys just the water here and what it looks like. That is the Willis Tower right there, I believe. We were there earlier. That's the place I got off from the subway at, that building. It connects into kind of like a shopping mall, kind of like apartment building here too. But yeah, the city does look really nice at night, and it's not as congested as New York. New York is way more congested, there's way more people on the sidewalk, and a lot more traffic. There's still traffic here, but it's not New York traffic, that's the thing about it. I can notice a big difference being from New York. Oh, we got a subway going there too. That was the subway that I was on before. So here we got another frame of what downtown looks like. I am not too far from the Lincoln statue, which I had just recorded. And you can see really busy street here. I hope the noise isn't too, the background noise isn't too annoying. But yeah, from everything that I've seen so far, I think that Watch Dogs did do a pretty accurate representation. Obviously, it's not 100%. Chicago in real life is obviously much bigger, but it has been a pretty good representation of it. I've seen everything that I've seen so far. It's been pretty accurate for the most part. And if you guys wondering how I had any negative experiences while being here, not really. The trains arrived on time. They did, which the trains in New York City oftentimes don't arrive on time. That's where I'm from. I was able to get around pretty quickly, pretty significantly. What I did notice is that the crosswalks, there is no button, because in New York, there's this little button that you can hit. I don't know if that really does it to make the crosswalk light up faster that you can cross. But Chicago, I noticed, does not have any of that whatsoever. What I did notice, though, is a ton of people jaywalk. Like, if you don't know what jaywalking is basically when people run across the street when it's not clear, you know, you're not supposed to cross yet. People just cut across. They don't feel like going to a crosswalk. I've noticed a ton of people doing that. It's most likely illegal here. It's illegal in New York. I did encounter this guy earlier. I did not film him because I just sat down on a bench for a moment. But there was this guy. He came out of nowhere. I don't know where he came from. I did not see him before. He just came out of nowhere. The guy basically walks up to me with like this little box of pins, and he starts telling me, he's like, oh my friend, do you want one? They're free, these pins. And he's like, I can put it on your shoe. And I said to him no, and then he's like, are you sure it's free? I'm like, no, it's not. He was being a little pushy. And if you want to know why I didn't take that, the reason I said no is because I don't know what that was about. Oh, wind is getting a bit annoying here too. But basically, I didn't know what that was about. If the guy was being truly friendly and he did want to give me something for free, then okay, you know. But the thing is, I just wasn't personally taking any chances. Because in New York City, where I'm from, there's tons of scams where people will go up to you and they're like, oh, this is free, this is free, this is free, and there's usually some kind of catch, something ends up happening. So I didn't know what that was fully about. That's why I said no to it. The moment that I basically told him no and he finally, you know, stopped, he went up to the next person that was walking by right away and said, hey, do you want this? It's free, it's free, it's free, right away. So I don't know if he was being really nice or if it was some kind of scam, but you guys let me know in the comments down below if anybody knows what that was. He had like a bunch of these pins, and he was like, oh, I can put it on your shoe and stuff like that, it's free. I didn't know what that was about, so that's why I just didn't take any chances. But if I was wrong and he was just being friendly, then, you know, okay. But I wasn't like rude to him or anything, I just said no thank you. But I just didn't know what that was about, so that's just why I didn't want to take any chances. Because where I'm from in New York, there's a lot of these scams where scammers will go around and they'll tell you, oh, you know, free, and it's not free. There's some kind of catch. But other than that, You know, I had a pretty fun time here. I did enjoy the city a lot. It definitely was a place that it was worth visiting. And, oh, and I know I'm going to have people ask me this in the comments. Did anybody recognize you as you were filming? Only one person. I did not catch it on the film because it was just when I was walking by, I wasn't recording. But as I was walking through the park, there was this girl who just said to me, "Oh, that's a really cool outfit." I don't know, I don't think she recognized me from my channel. I think if anything, she might have just recognized the Aiden Pierce outfit that I have on here. But that was about it. I had nobody else recognize me the whole trip, and I thought that I'd have a few people that would at least say, "Oh, hey, it's Aiden Pierce," or something like that. But it didn't happen. I was expecting that more people would know, you know, who Aiden Pierce is, considering that, you know, this is the most famous open world game that takes place in Chicago is Watch Dogs. Like that's you know, that's such a big game for Chicago is Watch Dogs. So I was thinking that more people would know about it, but they didn't. Or I guess maybe they just didn't say anything. There's that. And also for people, I'm sorry about the wind, guys. It's just really, really windy today. There are going to be people that I know that are going to say that, oh, Chicago is a very dangerous city, you know, don't go here. What I will say about that is that while it is true, Chicago does have a gang problem. The gang problem is mostly in the south side of Chicago. Obviously, you gotta watch your surroundings when you're walking around, but every single city out there has their bad places. I mean, this here, I feel perfectly safe here. So every city has its good and bad places. There's some cities that are obviously more dangerous than others, but don't listen to people when they tell you that Chicago is this like really dangerous city where you're instantly going to get jumped. It really depends on where you go, but if you go around downtown, like me, for the most part, you'll be fine. There's plenty of nice places to visit in Chicago, so don't listen to all those people that say it's like, you know, it's such a dangerous city. Yes, it does have a gang problem, like I said, but it's personally, I would blame the gang problem mostly on the incompetent district attorneys, because the police have tried to deal with it, but a lot of the district attorneys here in Chicago, I just personally, my personal opinion, I just have disagreements on how they go about it. I think that a lot of district attorneys here, they're the prosecutors. They don't know what they're doing, and that's what I personally would blame the gang problem on mostly. The police are trying, but you have some incompetent district attorneys. But that's pretty much it for this trip here, guys. Thank you guys for watching. I hope that you guys enjoyed this. And if there is any other real life location that you want me to visit from a video game, let me know down below. Maybe I'll come back here in the future. But I did have a lot of fun here. I did enjoy my trip. Not that many negative experiences, like I said. Pretty cool for the most part. I didn't have much interaction with people here. People keep mostly to themselves. I noticed it's like New York. People will walk past you really quickly. They don't really stop and chit chat. But had a fun trip. And if you guys enjoyed this video, you know, do drop a like on it. It does help me to make more content like this. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys on the next one. Have a wonderful day, guys.